feel my foot and my ankle like work normally. And especially with shoes off, I usually have to have shoes on. And I can't believe it. I'm Trisha Underwood, and I've experienced something that I've never experienced before in my life. It goes back 15 to 20 years. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I've had cancer, lymphatic issues. I had deformities with both my hands, my elbows, my arms. Tumors removed. They didn't know what they were. Complications from surgeries. Was told that I wouldn't be able to walk normal ever again. I would have to have an ankle replacement or bone fusion, and it pretty much just given up. I've tried every salve, contraption, medicine, even pain medication, which just masked it. I pretty much just was like, well, this is as good as it's gonna get. And it pretty much like, well, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I would love to share the pictures one day with everyone so they can see that the doctors on my chart, it says deformities, left hands. You said you can't use my arms. Don't. Well, one of them does now. Neither one of them straightened out. I had like 15% use, and no strength whatsoever. I had fractured this elbow, and had walked around with it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they drained it. I had huge pockets that developed. They didn't know what it was. They drained it, kept filling back up, and the doctors were like, you're forcing us to have to do surgery, correct? What is your pain level? And they said 0 to 10. I said, about 12 or 13. And they're like, wow, how do you deal with it? I said, I don't. I was so used to dealing with pain. Just something I wanted to deal with the rest of my life. I was called all kind of names, limp and gimp, and I would giggle and go along with it, even though it deeply hurt me, and I was ashamed and embarrassed and withdrawn. I was real self-conscious about being around people. And yesterday, a miracle happened. I came to Pure Vitality, was doing a tour, and went to the Holier Than Holy room, I believe it's called, and said, can I go in there and pray? And I wasn't sure what I was going to pray about. I prayed about all kind of things, thanking them, praying for other people. Was in there roughly 2 to 3 minutes. Becky and I came out, and I came right where I'm sitting right now and sat 1 to 2 minutes at the tops. And I don't know what came over me. I said, well, I'm going to stand up. And I stood up, and I was like, Becky, look. And it was a miracle. I've never experienced anything like this in my life. I had chills, but I was walking. Wanting to run everywhere. I was able to do heel to toe for so long. I walked on the sides of my feet, and I would brace my ankles because I would be so afraid it would turn over. I was walking around in the building. Everywhere I went, I've been walking. I can walk here, I can walk there. And then I thought, well, when I go to sleep, I was like, I'm not going to doubt anything, even if I can't walk like I am. I experienced it once. It'll get back there again. So when I went to sleep last night, finally, after I was telling everybody, when I woke up this morning, I was like, is it time to get up yet? And I woke up and was like, all right, here's the real test, because whenever I wake up in the mornings, it takes anywhere from 2 to 4 hours for me to be able to be mobile. And I'm talking about brushing my teeth, going to the bathroom, doing buttons, being able to wipe myself. It was very depressed. I went to a deep depression, and the strongest thing I would take was like Tylenol. And I was like, oh, and I would absolutely have to be in excruciating pain. And I would try heat and different things, and I'd pretty much given up. And I got up this morning, so I said, time to get up. And I sat up. I put one foot on the floor and the other. Keep in mind, I've always had to have some type of shoe. I couldn't walk just in my socks. I had to have something to cushion the shock absorption. And I was, look at me go, and I was at a friend's house because I was so excited telling their family. I said, look at me, I'm walking fast to the bathroom. And she was like, yes, you sure are. And I was like, she understands because she's been around me. A friend of mine, before I could even share what happened yesterday, he said, oh my goodness, Trish, you're walking. Your foot is all the way in your shoe, and you're walking. I said, I know it's a miracle. Let me tell you it can happen to you, And I can't say enough. It's an overwhelming sense of release, happiness. I want to tell everyone. I'm not sure sometimes. I don't know if my words are coming out right, but I know it is because it's coming from my heart and my spirit, and it's what God. Mountain move over is an understatement. I'm still in awe and shock, and I know that that God has plans for me. It may sound crazy to some people, but I'm talking about I could not walk at all. Dreaded standing up. I was like, oh no. No matter, I've tried every kind of shoe. I can get this, I can get that. And maybe it's the shoe, maybe it's this, maybe this surgery will work. I didn't need surgery after all. And I mean, I was told you'll never walk the same. Eventually, and I'm bone on bone. Probably I grew some joints or something. Something happened miraculous, and I wasn't even praying, oh, help my foot. Someone had said, well, if you could fix one thing, what would it be? And I said, to be able to walk. Well, I could walk, I can run. I don't want to push things, but I really want to. It was the greatest day of my life. I felt like I was asleep for so many years, like in a coma, and suddenly I'm awake. And I'm happy to be awake. I'm like, is it time to wake up yet? I have so much to tell people and give, And I'm just happy to be alive. And this is coming from a person who was in a dark, deep depression, felt bad about herself, and, just kind of was like, maybe. To going, hey, I'm alive, and thank you. I never knew I could feel this much joy and happiness ever, and fulfillment ever, because I never thought of myself as anybody. I'm not worth it, is what I thought. I'm nobody. I don't deserve this. There's other people that have served their whole lives to be committed. Those are the people I really thought that was the devil. And, I rebuke him. I rebuke him. And I invite everyone, please, you can't knock it till you try it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Thank you for allowing me to share everything. Thank you. I can't stop smiling.